Hey, welcome to another video from Andrew Thrills. I already gave my initial thoughts about the Universal's Epic Universe announcement today about Universal Orlando Resort's fourth theme park. Well, I was thinking about it a little bit more, and I was thinking, well, actually, I should go through the concept art a little bit more, because obviously, if you download the image, you can zoom in far more than what I was able to do on the article, just reading it on the website. So if you zoom in more, I think I was right about the fact that this is going to be the Super Nintendo world. Because you can kind of see here these sort of Donkey Kong style buildings almost. And there's some kind of ride coming off of that, like yeah, I don't know what it really is, but like it's probably like some kind of it could be a roller coaster, or it might be a monorail or something like that. It's probably a roller coaster, I would assume, or some kind of, maybe a kiddie coaster, who knows? But it's definitely something that is going into this cabin over here, this sort of Donkey Kong style cabin. Yeah, this definitely to me looks like it's inspired by Mario. This front area here, backwards it could be sort of more Donkey Kong. Who knows? There might be some kind of Zelda areas here or something like that. But I think this is heavily inspired by Mario. Looking at this area here, this almost looks like it's a Mario pipe or something like that to me. So there's a bit of a plaza here. I mean, this is going to be enormous, bearing in mind that that's just part of this almost looks like it's a theme park on its own. It's crazy, but concept art can be a little bit deceiving, I think. But anyway, the this area hopefully is the Super Nintendo land, Super Nintendo world, whatever they're gonna call it. There's an area here from the main sort of plaza area. So okay, let's start at the beginning. So we enter the park here, and you got sort of main plaza area here, and walkways going up there. Some nice sort of crystal building that could be some kind of flat ride. Who knows? Some nice bridges over the water features here. Some nice water features here of rocks potentially. There's another walkway down here, as you can see. That goes into this building. I think it's an actual building on its own. I don't think that's an entrance to this land, but it's a building on its own. So that could be shops or a restaurant, or who knows. So flat ride here, maybe some facilities here, shops, who knows. And then walking up here, definitely looks like there's another flat ride here, doesn't it? Like some kind of round flat ride, maybe a small carousel, who knows. And then through here, the actual Super Nintendo land, I assume. And to me, I just, even when it was zoomed out, to me it definitely looks that way, because it's just so sort of colorful, and very blocky, very much like what like a modern day Super Nintendo platformer, Mario platformer really looks like, doesn't it? Anyway, there could be multiple rides here. This could be potentially a ride here. I'm thinking maybe something to do with Mario Kart, I'm hoping. And this might be, who knows, it could be some kind of Zelda-ish theme. Is that possible? Definitely Donkey Kong over here, that's for sure. To me, this definitely looks like these sort of Donkey Kong style buildings that you see in the Donkey Kong platformers, Donkey Kong Country and all that, on the Wii and the Wii U. And then leaving that land, another show building here, I think, because these are show buildings. There's an enormous one here. Whether that's actually connected to land, I think it could be, because I think there's some kind of facade here. So maybe that's something to do with Zelda. I'm hoping that'd be awesome. And there's more show buildings just next to the Super Nintendo area. Walkways here, and then this beautiful feature here, which I guess it could be a ride, maybe another type of carousel, kind of teacups thing, or something like that. And all these walkways around here heading towards this main plaza walkway area with this enormous fountain and this water feature, and then we're heading at the back here of the park, which I assume is, well, I think it could be a hotel, but it might not be. I mean, it almost would have to be, wouldn't it? If you see all these windows here, I mean, it would be very strange if that's an enormous ride. I mean, it's possible if you think about how big the Tower of Terror ride is, but I think this is more likely to be some kind of hotel in the concept art. More rides here, I assume, or restaurants. Maybe a ride here. This could be some kind of galaxy ride. It almost looks like this is a comet. Through here, there's something nice going on. This looks like it's definitely some kind of studio facade, doesn't it? You see all these buildings here, and an enormous show building. I really wonder what that's going to be. I mean, I was thinking, if we head over here, I already mentioned on my other video, I was thinking that this area could be something that's related to Harry Potter. To me, it just, yeah, how's that kind of feel about those kinds of sort of costly buildings? But it might not be. I mean, this could be something completely different. It definitely looks like a sort of Harry Potter. And then there's obviously some kind of arena show going on over here. What's the game they play? Quidditch? Something like that in Harry Potter. I'm not really a big Harry Potter fan, I have to say, but I know a little bit about it. But yeah, maybe that's going to be some kind of display, you know, like a sort of show where they play that kind of game on broomsticks. Who knows? It's all possible. It's very ambitious, I think, this concept art. But, I mean, you know, this looks a little bit more modern, not really Harry Potter-esque, I think. This looks a bit more sort of, yeah, European style, sort of Parisian buildings or something like that. I mean, it kind of reminds me of what the Ratatouille area looks like in Disneyland Paris. And that looks amazing. But this has got that kind of feel to it, doesn't it? And then there's an enormous show building behind that, so that's going to be some kind of an enormous ride, maybe some kind of big dark ride or roller coaster even. I mean, this kind of puts it in perspective. I mean, if you consider that's a show, is that really going to be a show building, or is it going to be part of this building is a show building and something else attached to it? I mean, if that's one show building, it kind of puts this in perspective. This Nintendo Land is not going to be as big as it might look if you just, you know, look at this area, but who knows? I mean, it's all a little bit, you know, it's all just a concept. It can all change. Like I said, this is some kind of comet ride, I think, some kind of galactic adventure, I would assume. I mean, who, you know, take a guess what that could be. I mean, you would have to look at all the Universal IPs at the moment. You know, what could that be? Definitely down here is some kind of dueling coaster. I saw that initially straight away. If you zoom in, you can clearly see that these are two separate roller coaster tracks, and they you know, so intertwine, and some of the parts they're running parallel here. So that's really cool. And then this area here, yeah, I have no idea what this is, but we can see that there's some kind of it could be some kind of boat ride here almost. I'm not quite sure. Maybe some kind of submarine thing. This looks very nice though, this area. Very colorful again. I mean, that's why I was thinking almost first maybe this is the Super Nintendo Land, but I definitely think it's this area up here. Definitely going by that bit that gives it away, I think, the Donkey Kong area. Anyway, this land's, you know, what could it be? You know, what could that be based on? This roller coaster actually extends all the way down here, almost looks, unless this is a separate roller coaster. Could that be another roller coaster? I mean, there's a bit here, and it goes up here, and then it intertwines here. It looks like there's some kind of water ride, maybe. But it looks like this roller coaster is attached to that bit of track, so that's going to be an enormous roller coaster. Could that be another one of those Intamin launch coasters? Because it looks very straight. It doesn't. Well, there's a lift hill here, to be fair. Well, maybe that's maybe just a normal. That's not a lift hill. I think it's because I think we're looking at the back of that train. To be honest with you, I'm not sure, but that's not a lift hill. I think that's it's a nice dome area here, nice grassy dome walkway you can walk through. This definitely looks like it's some kind of launched roller coaster to me, and there's an enormous, I assume is a station for that coaster here, and then there's 2 parallel tracks here. There's another, I think it might be, I don't know if that's a light feature or some kind of, almost looks like we're maybe seeing a train move really fast or something like that, but these could just be lights. I mean, we've got some different colors here. So, yeah, that's really cool to me. I mean, that's going to be really exciting. Could that become some kind of Intamin multi-launch blitz coaster or something like Taron and the new motorbike coaster that's opened for Harry Potter? Is that possible? Something like that, a dueling one. I mean, hopefully Universal's very happy with that Intamin coaster. I mean, I love those Intamin launch coasters. Intamin is great at doing launches. The reliability is not always great. I mean, even I find when I was out at Phantasialand, Taron, it was down for most of the 3rd day I was there. And it seems to just happen a lot with those launch coasters. I mean, you can imagine that the mechanics for that are very complicated. You know, even for the older ones and the newer ones, you know, there's always that much technology in launching a roller coaster train to like sort of 60, 80 miles an hour or whatever. So it's something that I really wonder if this is a dueling one. I mean, that would be one of the first in the world, I believe, a dueling launch coaster. Is that possible as a launch coaster? I definitely hope so. Anyway, that's just my thoughts about all this concept art. Obviously, you can see some nice features here with fireworks going up in the air and your normal sort of searchlights that you get in in Hollywood, I guess. So let's see, we have to click to completely zoom out. So you can see this area here really interests me. I'm not sure what that's going to be based on, if it's a single movie IP or, you know, a collection of movies, who knows. But definitely keep your eye out for this Nintendo Land. I can't wait to hear more about that. And even having gone through all this, even with all this, if they built every single thing that you see in this concept art, which I think the result might look completely different, who knows? If they do build all of this, they still have a lot of land to expand into. So this is going to be maybe Universal's biggest theme park so far, and something that could really, be a huge bit of competition to the Magic Kingdom in Orlando. I think it looks really good. So give me your thoughts about this concept art and what you think those different areas are. Did I mention anything wrong? Is there anything that can be added here? Do you have any ideas what some of these lands are? So far, the only thing I can imagine is that this is Nintendo. This is probably Harry Potter. This is definitely a dueling coaster, a launch coaster, and we've got some flat rides and restaurant areas, and a massive show building, some kind of Parisian thing going on here. Any ideas? I mean, I'd like to hear what you think. So thanks for watching. This was another video from Andrew Thrills, and I'll catch you in the next one.